first sellout in the hood is the drug dealer, and people don't look at it that way. And because
Expound on that.
the first sellout is a drug dealer because I'm just trying to feed my family is not an answer for you to be able to kill my family. You can't kill my family because you're trying to feed your family. So you're the first sellout. And we co-sign that and be cool. It's like, he's just trying to eat. He's not just trying to eat. He's killing your family while he's trying to eat. You're creating a climate that makes black on black the worst thing on the planet. You're killing black people trying to make a living. And the oppressor is absolutely loving that. And I said they love a drug dealer. Your colonizer loves a drug dealer because you're killing your people to feed yourself. So I said, nah, you can't get a pass from me. The first sellout in the hood.
One of the most demonic things about urban culture, about black culture, about the black community in general, is that we always tend to glorify evil. If you notice, if you look at the black community, we glorify drug dealing, whoring, violence. Everything that we glorify as a whole in the modern era is all impacts us negatively. It poisons the minds of our children, causing them to have a demonic ideology that does nothing but tear down our society and ruin us. And that's why I love Kool Moe Dee's perspective about the drug dealer in our community and how the drug dealer is the first sellout. I don't know if it's the first sellout, but drug dealers, let's think about how drugs impact the black community, our neighborhood. So you have people dealing drugs. What does it come with? It comes with violence. It comes with thievery, because the addicts are breaking into houses, they robbing, they killing. Sometimes they raping, doing all kinds of things. The violence from different factions, different organizations, battling for territory, battling for various different things. And sometimes innocent people get caught up in the crossfire. Sometimes young people get strung out on drugs. Their parents get strung out on drugs. And this permeates throughout the whole black community, the whole urban culture. Really the world at large, but black culture specifically. We glorify this in our music, in our movies, in our TV shows. And we love, the underdog. And we consider the drug dealers to be the underdogs, and we idolize them because they came from nothing to something. We look at the big Meeches, and we watching BMF, and we watching how you can go from, a poor kid in the neighborhood to having millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. But we fail to realize that there's a way to do that without destroying your own people. And this is why the Bible talks about, what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? And this is basically what happens when people engage in that kind of lifestyle. Because you gain material things, but you lose intangible things. So many people get damaged, and so many things get tore down because of your one decision. And let's think about how drug dealers and people that engage in crime can hold a whole neighborhood hostage because their lifestyle is ruining everything. And we as black people will sit there and call another person like Charleston White weird for calling the police or calling them a snitch because they're trying to clean up our community. And if we're being honest, that's not even the definition of what a snitch is. A snitch is a person who does a crime with another person. He gets caught, one person gets away, and you decide to tell on them. That's not what this is. If you see crime or violence that's tearing out your community where your kids can't walk through the city and the street at night or at any time and be safe, and you calling the police or trying to clean up your neighborhood, that's not snitching. That's not the definition of snitching. You're a civilian. You're a person with sense who sees that what's happening is not good in the long run or even in the short term. And this is why more of us need to speak up and not be swept aside and not allow ourselves to be silenced because we are not the majority. I mean, if you ask me, I think there are more of us than we realize. We just tend to be silent. We tend to move away and say, oh, that's not my problem. That's them niggas' problem. But we need to speak up. And we need to try to turn this ship and steer this ship in the right direction, because this is unacceptable. There are too many ways in modern society to make money for us to still be selling drugs, for us to still be scamming and scheming. There's so many ways to make money. There's so many more ways to thrive in this society that don't involve committing crimes. Like, we live in a time where you can make money from your cell phone. You can make money playing video games. When I was coming up, you couldn't make no money playing video games. But now you can literally make money doing anything. Anything. So this is why we need to read our Bibles. We need to study. We need to not be led by our flesh. Not letting cause ourselves to be influenced by women because a lot of dudes, they only started selling drugs because they wanted to be cool. They wanted to have the cars and the rims and the chains to just attract women. They have a simp-like mentality that caused them to do things that they wouldn't normally do if you take the women out of it. And that's a topic for another day, but that's a real thing. So yeah, man, we need to be more like Kumo D, and we need to be calling out these people in our communities who are tearing us down, and their actions is causing our entire neighborhood to be unsafe, causing the property value to go down, contributing to drug addicts running rampant through our neighborhoods. And they'll do it under the guise of, oh, I didn't make them smoke it, I didn't make them buy the drugs, somebody got to get rich. You ain't got to get rich off your own people. How about you get rich doing something positive? How about you get rich giving back? How about you get rich creating something that benefits your people instead of tearing them down? That is a doctrine of devils. Doing evil and trying to profit from it, it's the doctrine of Satan. And this is why it's important for us to read our Bibles so we can renew our minds and pull the wool from over our eyes and come up out of darkness. That's the video, man. I'm out.